How's everybody doing today? I'm Travis Warholic. I work for Avantia Incorporated. We are a custom software development firm located in Cleveland, Ohio. We were founded in 2000. We have a national clientele with international reach. We do a lot of business in the local Cleveland area, but we also, especially with our Jahia work throughout the nation. I'm really here just to talk to you guys a little bit about who we are and what we do. We've been an implementation partner with Jahia since 2008. We found Jahia in the same way that many of our clients have. We were doing a project where we needed a capable Java-based web content management system. We came across Jahia, we used it for the project. We liked it so much that we got a hold of them. And the rest is really history. We've been working with them ever since, so we've done a number of projects with them. We love using it. We try to use it in any chance we can get where it's a web content management system, and now even more than that, as they're announcing all these other things that are being released. We are I think the only US-based gold certified premium partner. We were the 2015 North American Partner of the Year. We've also been certified work with Marketing Factory as well. So who really are we? Well, we have resources that span the whole major roles of the SDLC. We have project managers, we have architects, we have developers. We have specialized roles like content specialists for a project like a WCM implementation, someone that really understands how to use Jahia, how to get the users involved in using Jahia and understand how to publish content and all those things that it takes. That's a little bit different than just any old web project. We've had the pleasure of working with a number of different companies, a number that are here as well. There's 8 of them here. I won't read through all of them, but I think of the 8, I think we still actively work with 6 of them on a day-to-day basis. So what do we do, or how do we do it? When we work with a client, when we become engaged with a client, collaboration is our key. We heard earlier about how CIO and the CMO need to work together. Sometimes we're engaged with the IT and we're brought in by IT. Sometimes we're engaged with marketing and we're brought in by marketing. But at the end of the day, almost always you have to work with both of those different departments, and you have to get them working together. And we understand both of those perspectives. We can help them talk together. We can help them understand each other's perspective. We also are familiar with working with agency partners. A lot of times you go in and a company will already have an agency that does their content, or maybe is doing their front-end design. So how do you work with that, that company that is yet another agency similar to us, and bring it all together so it's a successful project? And then we also work with Jahia. So how do we go out to the customer, understand what they need to do, what their needs are from Jahia and their platform, and talk to them and help them either get it in the roadmap or figure out how to do it for now if it's already there and we just need Jahia to tell us how to do it. We bridge that gap as well and work with them. So collaboration between all of these different pieces is key to the project success. A little bit more on this. So when we go in, our first thing is really understanding the business problem. A lot of times it's web content management. The business problem is kind of the same across, but it's also unique. The way that HomeAway is using Digital Experience Manager is not the same way that Delta Faucet is using Digital Experience Manager. It's understanding how they're going to use it, what fits in. Some of those things are culture, the culture of the company, and whether they need strong governance in their processing workflows or their publishing workflows, or it's something that can be very informal and you can't bypass workflow or something like that. But it's understanding their needs and how to make the product work best for them. Another part of that is the content strategy. So everybody, I need web content management. I need marketing needs to be able to make changes really quick. great, but you can't just give them that and then let them go. They have to understand what it means to have a content strategy. So, where is that content going on the site? How is that content going to, what's the life cycle of that content? How often are we going to update, our homepage? How often are we doing campaigns and stuff like that? It's helping them understand what that content strategy is and what they need to be doing to prepare for that and to be successful in the future with the platform. Understanding integrations. So while the Jahia platform has a lot, and more as we're hearing here, there are integrations. Sometimes you need to work with your product information system. Sometimes it's social media integrations. The integrations can be really endless and in a number of different ways. So it's understanding what those integrations are, going to be different for each client, and understanding and picking the best solution for each of those integrations. That may be using, not getting too technical, but an external data connector inside of Jahia, or it might be using something through CMIS, or it might be something that's custom. A lot of places have their own custom systems that still need to be integrated with, and that data is important to get in their digital presence. And key to serving that customer experience. So how can you integrate with that and make sure that A, it works, B, it's good experience for the end user and a good experience for the editors, and C, isn't degrading performance of the system. Because sometimes you'll see where things are slow and it's, well, Jahia is slow. Well, maybe it's not Jahia. Maybe that integration wasn't right. So it's getting in there, understanding those integrations, picking the right solution, and then making it work. And then the last part is the user experience. And that's really in two shapes. It's the user experience to the end user. So you have a site that's awesome and a great customer experience and serving all your needs, achieving all your goals. But it's also the user experience for the marketing team, the content editors, the people that are using this every day. They're the ones that have to go in, they have to enter content, they have to publish content, they have to review content. Those are the people that can really feel the effects if something isn't done quite well on the implementation side, beyond just the end user. So it's understanding the user experience from both of those aspects. So critical success factors, and I really talked about most of these already, but proper architecture for site requirements. The way that you're going to architect Jahia is going to be different depending on what the client is, what the integrations are, what their business is really. Is it a lot of publishing? Is it not much publishing? Does it need to be batch publishing? There's all these different considerations, and I think we've dealt with a lot of them, and we can ask the right questions, we can get the answers, we can talk to Jahia if we need to understand better, but it's picking the right architecture for the site. You can do everything great, and if your architecture is wrong, you can have a project that turns out to be not too successful because the foundation is wrong. Again, the integrations with the back office systems and third-party components. Organizational alignment for content management. So I talked about the content strategy. Well, it's not just the strategy, but it's also the resources to make sure that you have people in place to be able to do that. You can pick a 7-step workflow that's really involved to publish your content, but if it's all the same person, you're just making work for yourself. So it's making those decisions that, and again, that's culture-based. Some companies want tight control over that. Some companies, I don't want a lot of red tape. I don't want people to feel like they're being hampered by this. So it's understanding those things and then making the recommendations for the client to bring them success. With that goes governance, and again, in the publishing example, just like you don't want a 7-step workflow with the same person doing it, you also don't want very important legal documentation to be being published out there directly by anybody in the organization. So it's understanding what those roles are and those permissions to be able to do stuff. And then ongoing technical support and tuning. So you have this big project, you do all this work, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it may be, and you launch. Well, great, that's really where the journey started. I mean, now you have to use this thing day to day. There's always going to be the next thing coming, the next campaign, the next enhancement, the next technology that we don't even know about today that's going to be important. What's the next Facebook or Google that's going to be integrated with? So it's that ongoing support, and Avantia can help with that. We can also prepare those customers for success themselves if they want to do it themselves. We have that agility to be able to understand and adapt to what the need is. So I just wanted to go through some case studies here. So Ben & Jerry's ice cream, we started working with them back in 2011. They were working on a Jahia implementation, and they had some technical implementation issues. We were able to step in and help them work through those and roll out their sites. The initial site rollout was 22 countries. That was a site per country, and there was actually desktop and mobile sites. So it ended up being like 45 sites. And we managed that rollout, got everything out there. Everybody was happy. I think we got it done, before their original timeline. So, basically, under the time frame. So, but again, that's where it started. From there, we upgraded from 6.1 to 6.6. I mean, we might have been in production, live for a month from the last site we went out. It was already the next thing. All right, time to upgrade to 6.6. And it's not just upgrade to 6.6. We're going to redesign the site as well. So then it was basically doing another implementation for them on 6.6 with the redesigned site, working with an agency partner that did the design. And then, we went through all that. The other thing that we did is we consolidated. So since 2011, things have changed quite a bit. Instead of a desktop and a mobile site, now we have a responsive site. So we don't have to manage the content separately. So we made a bunch of changes there to help them out. Since then, we recently upgraded to 7.1. And on a day-to-day basis, our team is working with them for content support, supporting their campaigns. We also do technical support for them. So really any technical needs that come up, we're there to help them. And then maybe the most exciting thing, what's next? So Marketing Factory. Since the beginning of the year, we've been talking to them, and they've expressed this interest for that type of product and said, great, we have one. Jahia has one to offer, let's get it in place. So we've been talking with them and trying to figure out how to get that started. And it's very good conversations. I think we'll be hitting the ground running here pretty quickly. The goal there is to leverage customer intelligence to improve personalization. If you know anything about Ben & Jerry's, very big company, social outreach, public outreach, getting their message across. They have messages. So they're always out there in the media. And you may have heard that they were just in the news lately. They actually got arrested, I think, down here. Was it DC? Yeah. They're always out there doing something. So it's important to be there. It's very important to them to have their marketing company, the marketing arm, to be able to communicate through their site with all of their customers. And Avantia, with our Marketing Factory training, we are prepared to assist them. HomeAway, we've been working with HomeAway for a few years now as well. Kind of long story short, we had worked with them in the past doing some Jahia support, one-off type of stuff, but a few years back, they were still on 5.1 and they wanted to upgrade to the new version, so they engaged with us. We took all their content, which I think at the time was 22, 24 sites, somewhere in that range. Thousands and thousands of pages, just a ton of content. We migrated all of that to 6.6, which opened up a whole new set of opportunities for them because of all the upgrades between 5.1 and 6.6. Now I think I checked yesterday, they have 43 sites on Jahia. That goes across brands. They have HomeAway.com, but there's also a number of other brands. And all of that's managed on Jahia, and it seems like every week there's another one coming out. Everybody's, it's part of their initiative is to try to standardize on the Jahia platform for this type of content. And what we have going on with them, and now we're working to get to 7.1. So we can get to 7.1, and that opens up a whole nother avenue of things that we can do, especially with all the interesting stuff announced today. A newer client we have is Delta Faucet. So they They just started with Jahia last year. They were looking for a content management system, the age-old story, marketing needs more control. We need to be able to push these changes out. They ended up selecting Jahia, which we thought was a great decision. But why? They're looking to standardize their web presence. They have a few different brands. Delta Faucet's probably the one that's most well-known, but there's also a Peerless Faucet and another line called Brizo. So it's a platform that can help standardize those brands. Also, from an IT perspective, it's one web development platform. So it's not a website done in PHP and a website done in Java and a website done in .NET. Digital Experience Manager is going to be their platform for their websites and their web presence. And then getting all this in place opens up the door to enhance that personal digital experience, which is the ultimate goal. So really, this is just the last slide I have. Jumping on the tails of everybody else is, leveraging the third wave with Jahia. We're big believers of Marketing Factory and what it's going to bring in allowing people to differentiate and to lead digital and that customer experience, and really engage with your customers and know your customers. So like we try to engage with our customers, we believe that Marketing Factory and Digital Experience Manager and Form Factory and the whole suite of projects really opens the door for our clients to be able to do that. Thank you.